Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Insights with Anthony. I'm Anthony Gitch, Seattle's Insight Guy. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about humility and responsibility, particularly responsibility for when you do something that's inappropriate. I'm going to use myself as an example. While I was in the UK at the Control Colloquium, we had spent a very long day doing presenting, setup, tear down, being present for all of the people that were there. And I was tired at the end of the day. We were sitting at a table with probably 20 people from the conference, and in the UK, they don't bring you ice water when you sit down. You have to ask for it. Well, I asked for it, and I asked for it, and I asked for it. And at one end of the table were the people who had cocktails and that sort of stuff from the bar. And at the other end of the table where I was sitting were those of us who weren't drinking, essentially. And we didn't have anything in front of us. And so after so many times of asking, the waitress, young gal, nice enough, started placing water glasses and jugs of water at the end of the table where people were already drinking. And I was not happy about this, and I let her know so in a rather inappropriate fashion. I did the angry American thing with her, and as dinner went on, and I realized what I had done, and I knew that I needed to clean up my side of the street, but I just, it took me a while to get to that point. And just before the end of the dinner, I called her over in front of everybody. I was like, hey, can I talk to you for a moment at the table? And everybody around me was just, oh God, just leave it alone, Anthony, just leave it alone. And I was like, y'all need to back off. I need to say something to this young lady. And so she came over to me rather timidly, I might ask, or I might add rather. And I told her, I apologize for the way that I treated you. It was completely inappropriate, and there was no reason for that to happen. And she looked at me and she goes, well, that's okay. And I said, no, it is not okay that I did that to you. It is not okay for someone to treat you that way. Well, one of the things it did was kind of shock the people around me, because we're not usually willing to accept the responsibility for the things that we do that are inappropriate. It takes humility to do that. But I want to explain something. In that moment, I empowered her. I gave her back the sense of self that I essentially had kind of stolen from her at the beginning, and I could see it in her eyes, right? The other thing it does is it empowers me. It helps me to become a better person when I have to put myself in that position to fix or correct a wrong. I want you to take that in for a moment. When you've treated somebody inappropriately, you need to clean that up. It's not only going to help them feel better about whatever happened. Hopefully, it's up to them whether they accept your apology or not. But it certainly helps you to recognize where you need to work on things, possibly, where you need to correct your behavior, and it just helps you become a better person. So that's my insight for today. Now, as always, I want you to visit the website. There's lots of tools and techniques there for you to learn. And I want you to just, listen to the Hypnotic Healers podcast at hypnotichealers.com with my co-host, Nicole Mazzucato. We talk about all sorts of things that are going to help people to live a richer, more fulfilling life. We talk a lot about hypnosis. We talk about other things as well. So please join us. Join me again here in the next week or so for another edition of Insights with Anthony. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll turn the light on for you. Bye-bye.